Ever get the feeling someone's winning your trust a little too easily? You're not paranoid. Manipulators have mastered subtle tricks to make you feel safe, seen, and emotionally hooked. Maybe it's that overly supportive friend who always agrees with you, or the new coworker who shares just the right secrets to seem close. It feels real, but it's not. And by the time you realize what's happening, they've already slipped past your defenses. So here's how they do it, and how you stop it. Number 1, mirroring. The first trick? Simple. They become your reflection. In psychology, it's called the chameleon effect. When someone subtly copies your body language, speech patterns, or emotional tone, your brain registers them as familiar, even trustworthy. It's like looking into a behavioral mirror, and our subconscious loves what it recognizes. A manipulator uses this instinct to create false connection. You talk fast, they talk fast. You lean in, they lean in. You say, "I love hiking," and somehow so do they. They're crafting a version of themselves that feels tailor-made just for you. Watch for people who always seem to match your mood, opinions, and quirks a little too perfectly. Real connection allows for difference. Fake connection copies everything. Because if someone feels like an instant soulmate, they might just be performing a version of you. Number 2, flattery overload. Next comes charm, not the soft, slow kind. The overwhelming, all-at-once kind. Manipulators will flood you with praise before they've even had time to know you. Why? Because your brain doesn't wait to verify compliments. It just lights up. Dopamine hits. Trust builds. They'll say things like, "You're so wise for your age," or "I've never met anyone like you, way too early." At first, it feels empowering. Finally, someone who sees you. But look again. Are they praising you or programming you? Genuine appreciation is specific, earned, and spaced out. Manipulative flattery is vague, excessive, and rapid fire. If it feels like emotional fast food, satisfying in the moment, empty after, trust that instinct. Because love bombing isn't love, it's leverage. Number 3, the gift hook. Here's one that's harder to see because it looks like kindness. A manipulator gives a lot. They'll do you favors you didn't ask for. They'll insist on helping, paying, surprising. And it feels generous. But there's psychology behind it, the reciprocity bias. When someone gives to us, we feel compelled to give back, even if we didn't want what they offered. In one study, people who got a free soda were twice as likely to buy raffle tickets from the stranger who gave it, even if they didn't like him. That's the trick. They're not giving out of goodwill, they're buying influence. So the next time they ask for something, you hesitate, because they've done so much for me. If you feel indebted for something you didn't even need, press pause. Genuine giving doesn't come with invisible strings. Number 4, the sob story. This one's the emotional landmine. Vulnerability, real or staged. Manipulators often share deep, dramatic stories early on, past betrayals, family trauma, mental health breakdowns. They'll frame it as intimacy. "I don't usually open up like this." But the goal is to fast-track your empathy. And it works. Because when someone opens up, you feel honored, trusted. You open up too. But here's what's off. It's all too soon. Too intense. Too precisely aimed to break your guard. If their story makes you feel obligated to trust them or responsible for their emotions, be careful. Real vulnerability invites closeness. Fake vulnerability pressures it. And if their trauma only shows up when they need sympathy or cover for bad behavior, that's not honesty. That's manipulation wearing a sad mask. Number 5, the us versus them move. Finally, the oldest trick in the book. Create a villain to become your hero. Manipulators love to bond by pointing fingers outward. They'll badmouth others, colleagues, exes, your friends, and build the narrative that it's you two against the world. It feels loyal, like a private alliance. But really, it's a control move. Because when you trust only them, they own the narrative. They isolate you emotionally. Pay attention if they constantly divide the world into allies and enemies, especially if they turn you against people who've never wronged you. If they always need someone to blame, eventually, it might be you. Quick gut check. Have you ever looked back on a relationship, romantic, social, or even professional, and thought, wait, how did I trust them so fast? Yeah, that wasn't weakness. That was design. Manipulation doesn't barge in. It walks in with flowers, praise, and shared tears. If this hit close to home, you're not alone. Drop a comment with the moment you realize someone was pulling your strings. Someone else might read your story and realize they're not crazy either. You don't need to become paranoid, just aware. Spotting these tricks doesn't mean confronting people. It just means you get to smile, nod, and think, nice try. Try it in your next conversation. Observe who flatters, who imitates, who gives with expectations. And hey, if this helped, Share it with someone who's been a little too trusting lately. It could save them from the exact thing you just escaped. Because knowing how to protect your trust, that's not fear, that's power.